Hi everyone. Hope you guys have a great day. I wish y'all the best. I wish y'all a nice, very much nice day. Hope you guys enjoy. Today I have a brand new video for you guys. A video that might help a lot of you people on the DNA, a perspective of how to understand what your DNA is saying, because a lot of people misunderstand the DNA part and what it actually is saying. And me being in the game for actually a good amount of time and having found relative and having found stuff, it doesn't add up. So a lot of people tends to take tends to think that a higher percentage from one country means something. In reality, it does not. So I'm going to this right now, and I will explain you everything. Stay patient, and also if my voice is a little bit cuffy or weird, it's because I have a little sickness going on in me, and I'm trying to just get the words out of my mouth. But stay with me, bear with me. I'm gonna help you guys. So there you can see my DNA, right? And this is particularly for people of West African ancestry, but also for people in general, because a lot of times you got like European people that have stuff like British, French. Even if your highest is British, but sometimes the French and the British are just part of your family. Sometimes it's part of one side of your family, or sometimes it's just a mix of one only ancestor. So I'm gonna explain all of this right now. So for my sub-Saharan African people, um, see there I got Nigerian, Ghanaian, Senegambia, broadly West Africa, Congolese and Southeast Africa, which is Angolese and Congolese, Southern East African, broadly Congolese, and then Northeast African, which they say Sudanese. All right, fine. 99.9 of us people from all over the continent, which will be also America, Canada, Caribbean, or Africa. Um, Depending mostly if you from the Caribbean and in America, you tend to get this generic result of having a much higher Nigerian, having a higher much Ghanaian and Liberian, and having very low, having also Congolese in the highest perspective, but very all time you will see very low Senegambian, very low um uh Mali, very low Sudanese or stuff like this, very low North African admixture. And when you understand that those results that you see are just guessed, they are not actual static result, which means it's not staying like this. It will update and update until the end of the time, until they get more samples. One thing that people doesn't know, I was in the 23andMe conference. People that was there asking question for update and stuff like this, and they were the guys that take care of the DNA of the ancestry and the region. He was there speaking, and he admit that they don't have as much sub-Saharan African DNA samples, and they have more European DNA samples. Now, what that means is problematic, because you gotta understand, more that they have samples, more that they're able to pinpoint which place your people are from. This is why sometimes people receive Nigerian instead of having Cameroon, or so on and so forth. Some people receive Cameroon and they actually supposed to have Nigerian. And this is the issue, because those people from those region, even from the Congo region, uh, all around, they don't test as much. And how can I prove this right there to you? I'm gonna show to test the population right now. This is the update amount of people that have been tested, and you will see the difference, and you will understand why this is so and so important. So in total, you got about 2,000 sub-Saharan African in the world. You understand what I'm saying? And we are over a million and billion people that have this sub-Saharan ancestry inside of us. So you got 280 of Nigerian, 281 of Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leonean, 158 Senegambian, Guinea, and then you got 597 Angolan and Congolese. You got about 124 people from South and East African that test themselves. You got about 189 Sudanese, 171 Ethiopia and Eritrean, 150 Somali, and 41 uh, African hunter gatherer. Sorry, sorry. Now look. 2000 compared to the European. See how much European get? Okay, so they're a little more in advance and they can have a little more accurate DNA that us people from West Africa or people that have African ancestry, period. So this play a big role because as much as you test for one region, and as much as people from that region test or from a particular tribe, then from there they can have the ability to say that you are from Nigeria or that you are from Cameroon or that you are from this or from that. But until then, they just guessing. They just it's just a guess, and it's not a strict a number or a thing for you. So a lot of people want to say they only Nigerian. That doesn't work neither like that. You understand? We are mixed of multiple elements and and a lot of tribe. We are just mixed people, and it's just based on the Atlantic slave trade where they brought people from different region, and then we enter mix and interbreed with each other. That's just how it went down. So that's the reason why you see it break down the way it break down. But in reality, those are just generic. I will call them generic because most everybody get actually around the same result, which is not supposed to be like this. Certain people from certain place should have more Senegambian, right? Let's say people from Georgia, people from Carolina, people from Louisiana, people from the Bahamas, people certain place they should have more Senegambian and Mali than other place. People from Virginia, right, or people from Mississippi, you know, people around there, they should have more Nigerian DNA because they have Igbo ancestry. It just makes sense. That's just what it is. A lot of see Congo. A lot of people have a lot of Congo in there. So see that's just what I'm saying. So this when you read those things, take it in a very small percent of self. Now, for what is the tribe that they gave you on 22andMe? This is even more important based on what that I've said because it gives you a strength match. So you see there they say 7.5 Congolese. That's not it. This is not the absolutely true. This is just a guess game. I could based on what they say, I have highly likely. That's mean I highly likely match this. That's mean I should actually have more Hongolese and Congolese than what I have right now if I highly match those people from my DNA. And like I said, 7.5 is based on the certain mengen or the chromosome that you have within your DNA, and so forth, so on. So they say that I have 7.5 of my chromosome that match the Angolan Congolese people. But in reality, like I said, it can change by tomorrow. It can change from the next very day. So it's a guessing game. So what is very real is that I actually have highly likely match from Congo Mambudu people. And this is where they should change even the percentage for highly likely or probably, because the fact that you give me percentage doesn't mean nothing. It just doesn't. It don't give me the probability of how much am I connected to these people. I'd rather get highly likely than have percentage. That's just me. Then you will go to the fuller people. Again, they give me 3.2% Senegambian and Guinea, and they say highly likely. So, again, me based on my own research, and this is where I want to come to with all of this DNA, how to break it down. If you want to know which exact place you're from, is by the tribe. It's the only way, because Africa work by tribal affiliation. They don't work. They don't call themselves by Nigerian. They don't call themselves by Congolese or stuff like that. Yes, the nationality is that, but I'm talking about innately, they are not that. They are Igbo. They are Yoruba. They are Osa. Congolese are Mbundu. They are Guni. Stuff like this. So they call themselves by their tribal affiliation. So the only way for us to know for sure where we are from is two only way. I mean, there's only one way. Find your tribe. But how do you find your tribe? In the DNA aspect, because there you have percentage, you don't have much. The only way is actually to go search African people within your relative. Like this, you are 100% sure that, okay, Senegambian is my first one. Um, Mali, that's my first one. Nigeria, that's my first one, or so on, so on. Because, like I said, all the rest is just a guess game. It's not static. But when you got a relative, it stay there. And if you have 70%, just like I was about to explain, based on my story, 70% of my uh, people tribe that I found within my DNA on my mother and my father's side are Wolof and Fulani and Congolese people, right? Now, on my mother's side, I found some Hiwe, I found some Hakan, I found some people from Liberia. What else did I find? I found some Yoruba, okay. What else? On my father's side, I find some Akan people. I find some what else I did found? I found some Fan, but majoritarily it was Fulani and Congo from both sides of my family. So what does it tell me? If 70% of your relative is from the Congo and from the Fulani region, then that's mean that your highest population, or the population that you match, or the population that you really descend from, is Fulani, Mali, Senegal, and Congo. So those should be high. And it seems like that since a long time. Mali was getting there, but Senegal is still very short for certain people, even on Ancestry DNA, and it's not making sense. Everybody can see that certain things don't make sense. Okay, they just don't. And like I have a high percent of Nigeria, but I only find Nigerian relative within my mother's side. So if you're really Nigerian, wouldn't it be possible? And especially like if you, let's say 20, 30%, 40% Nigerian, you should be able to find Nigerian relative on spot with no excuse. This is what this is what made me tell you more about how to read your DNA because it can be really deceitful for certain people when they take this DNA and look at this DNA for what it says, but not understand it for what it actually means. Okay, and a lot of those DNA, I say Mali or Senegambia or Guinea, a lot of those when you receive like I said on that 22% this 22, those are actually combined at one. Those is one ancestor, or again, like I was saying, one from each side. It could be mixed from only one. So the Nigerian you get 23 Nigerian, you think that is only from your mother's side. No, you got it wrong. It can be from your father's side at the same as your mother's side, and two at the same time. Two at the same time can get the same tribe. Understand this. So it's not one side, not the other. One side, not the other. So DNA is not separately. It's not separate perfectly. It's separate a certain way that you got from random places. It's places in a random way. Okay. So I think that's pretty much what I needed to say about the DNA thing because, like I said, a lot of people misunderstand this result, and they go ahead and think that they are mostly Nigerian. But until you find at least nine Nigerian relative, you are sure that you're from that your ancestor from Nigeria. If you find nine Igbo, three Yoruba, you are sure that you have really that amount that they give you from there, and that it should change. You know what I'm saying? Um. So yeah. I had something in my head to really finish with this. But since the video is almost getting to 20 minutes, I will end up. So um, yeah. So I hope this helped you guys understood a little bit about the concept of the DNA. DNA can be something very, very confusing and very overwhelming sometimes because you attach yourself into this region and then the next very day is not there anymore. But like I said, you shouldn't attach yourself to none of those results, only the result that you actually sure in a modern day to have. Also, I forgot the Y chromosome and the X chromosome only count for 2% of your DNA. So, for you to go check what you have in your your Y chromosome or your X chromosome, it only counts for 2% of your DNA. It go mother, mother, mother to mother, and father, father to father, father. But your genome is way much important than your APRO group or your mother APRO group. Okay, so that's another thing that people need to understand, especially when we talk about African relative. If you do African ancestry, like I said, they'll give you the tribe so far back that you got, and from father, 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 father to father, and then the same for your mother. But it doesn't mean that you don't have other um, connection from your ancestor. More importantly than this, you understand what I'm saying? That's why soon I might maybe one day do this African ancestry, but I'm not really interested because of the fact that, like I said, it only counts for 2% of yourself, and is practically nothing. With 2% is nothing, and even there, I have really good idea of what it could be. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like your genome is different from your Y or X chromosome, so the tribe that you get from your chromosome, your whole genome, you ain't going. It's not gonna be the same from your Y chromosome or your X chromosome because those are only for themselves. They only get read uh, not separately but connected, right? They don't change. So the information that is in there is stay there, and it continue until the end. You know what I'm saying? And it just for the mother, it just changed a bit. So even there, what is the point to do it if it switch a little bit? They'll give you like 4 or 5 try based on your Y chromosome, but they don't read the whole chromosome. So that's another point about this. So don't go out there search for doing the African ancestry. It's not gonna tell you much. Go ahead, go on Ancestry DNA, go on 23, mostly Ancestry DNA, because Ancestry DNA got more relative, more African relative, but you can find some in 23andMe. Find them, um, find African cousin. Once you find one, you know that you got a certain connection there. But again, keep on looking, because sometimes you also think that one is better than the other, but that's not. Again, it's very, 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 very confusing. But if you find Wolof that is 10 cm, and then you find Igbo that is 15 cm, that doesn't mean that the 15 cm is better than the 10 cm. You know what I'm saying? Or that one is more connected than the other. They are part of your genome for a reason. Okay? So that is very important to understand. And again, we are just in the beginning of understand how do DNA work truly, but until they get more samples for us from the diaspora, we will be even better at knowing who we are. I wish y'all blessing, love, support. May God be with y'all. Peace and love.